of separateness also ends. Okay? The first stage is called Viveka Prakriya. You maintain the discrimination. And the second thing is called Sarvatma Bhavaha. All which appeared as separate resolves in you, and you abide as everything. If I am the inner light of awareness, and that inner light is one without a second, why do I not know the thoughts of other human beings and creatures at the cognition of their sense organs? If you are the inner light of awareness, there is no other human being. There is no other. Everything is Atma. And you remain as that pure Atma. Okay? Everything else resolves in you. But if you see everything else, then everything else is the witness to you, witnessed to you, the witness. That is how it works. Either it is Viveka, discrimination, or it is Sarvatma, one in all, and all in one of the two. In our human life, it is difficult to not feel emotion. And the question continues, but when you say it is difficult, by saying so, you made it difficult. It is neither difficult nor easy. It is what it is. The emotion has no value. It is a kind of thought, and it comes and goes. Okay? I ask you one question. For the sake of a given emotion, did you ever miss a breakfast or lunch? Then what emotion are you talking about? Okay? I suggest when you feel a great emotion or deep emotion, you skip that night's dinner. Then one advice to you. So you make it difficult. You watch it, just watch it. I mean it. You make it difficult, you make it strong by pronouncing it as strong. It is neither strong nor weak. It is an appearance. And so you understand it, watch it, it will go. How do we deal with negative people in our lives with a sense of love? There are no negative people. There is only Atma, the divinity. There is no friend, there is no foe. There is only the divinity. You understand that? There are no negative people. You are imagining negative people, which means there is negativity in you. Okay? The negative sees the negative. You understand? In Sanskrit we call it papi papam ashankate. Okay? The negative sees the negative. When the other person becomes negative, only when you have some negativity towards him, then the other person becomes negative, right? So, it is not the other person's negativity that matters. It is your negativity that matters. You get rid of it. Read Gita, Samashatraucha Mitrecha. Read it. Or Suhrun mitrar yudasena madhyastha dveshya bandhushu sadhushvapicha papeshu samabuddhir vishishyate. You read that verse and you contemplate upon it. There are no negative people. There is only divinity, nothing else. With a sense of love, compassion, and positive sincerity. You do that. You do that. Let the other person be negative, it is up to the other person. You give love. And what is compassion? When the other person is in trouble, then compassion. You are saying he is a negative person, he is not in trouble. Assume that he is in trouble, then be compassionate. Okay? Love is doesn't require any conditions or any context. Love is universal. And it doesn't require any conditions or context, because love is Atma. Whereas compassion is conditional, contextual. When the other person is in difficulty, then you are compassionate. Not that I am compassionate. Okay? There must be somebody who is in trouble and you come across, then you be nice and kind to him. Positive sincerity is okay. That is already covered. I understand that I am the mutable self, the inner light. Good. Mind stuff imagines or self-assumes the doership all the time. Mind stuff is the doer. Mind stuff doesn't assume doership, it is the doer. You assume the doership upon you. Okay? You think you are the doer. Mind stuff is the doer. All action originates in thought. Of these, to whom is the Vihita Karma Acharana prescribed? Vihita Karma Acharana is prescribed for the one who thinks that he is the doer. Okay? Which karma it is? Vihita karmas are Nitya, Naimittika and Kamya. 3 are Vihita, mandated, and 1 more, Prayashchitta. 4 are mandated. So it depends. Therefore, there is no single answer for such a compound. Vihita karma acharana. It depends if it is prayashchitta karma, which is mandated, it applies to the one who has committed a wrong action. Kamya karma is mandated to the one who has a desire. And Nitya Naimittika karmas are mandated for those people who have a sense of doership and also associated with a stage or station in life. Therefore, there is no single answer to your question, it depends. And if the person is not a karta, Veda does not mandate any karma to such a person. It is like a job description. You join a company, report to duty, they give a identity card, put it in your neck like a Mangala Sutram, and then look at the job description. It tells you what is your Nitya Karma. Go and do it. Suppose you resign, give away this Sutram to them. The job description paper you can put in the waste basket. You need not do any karma. They will not tell you to do karma also. Veda is the same thing. Okay, Veda doesn't mandate anything to a person who knows that he is not the doer. Nistraigunya pathi vicharataha ko vidhih ko nishedhaha. If you are identified with the Triguna, Triguna means mind, life and body. That is the Triguna. When you identify with the Triguna, you become the Karta, and so there is a mandate for you. If you are beyond the Triguna, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Gita. Therefore, if you are beyond the 3 gunas, which means you are not the doer, then there is no mandate for you. Does one have to perform the rites prescribed by the Veda? You have to. If you are a family person, you have to. A sannyasi need not. A family person has to. How do you look at yourself? You look at yourself as a family person, then you have the duties which you have to perform. It depends upon you. How do you look at yourself? You want to join our club, then no karma will be left to you. I used to enjoy Swamiji's 30-minute, Swamiji is myself, okay? 30-minute meditation. Can we have 30-minute meditation instead of 15 minutes going forward? Yes. Tomorrow morning, the meditation will be 7 to 7:25, not 30, 25. And you are welcome. Thank you. The length, breadth, and the depth of Drigdrishya Viveka is immeasurable. Very good. It's a great text. And sometimes in the class, I feel I almost got it. Almost. Why do you condemn yourself? You got it. Why do you pull down yourself? Don't be confident. You got it. Otherwise you would not have said that. You got it. So, now about my travel. I will be here during summer. At one time I was fall, winter Swami, but now I am summer, fall Swami. So I am not here in winter because some health issue is there. So I will be going after Aparokshanubhuti camp and Aradhana. And next year, we'll see. Next year's schedule is not yet out. And once it is out, we will know. Along with the schedule, the name of the Swami also will be there. So then we will know. Then even I will know at that time only. So 1 year at a time. And how do I keep this alive until next year? These classes you have to listen a second time minimum. These classes, I know these classes, they are loaded. You have to listen a second time. The verses are like that. One time listening, it will just go above the head. You have to listen a second time. So there is a lot of tapas behind these classes, and so there must be some amount of tapas on your side also. At least listen a second time, at least. And if some classes, if you notice they are worth listening a third time, please make a note and listen third time. Not all of it. Parts you can recall, you can note like that. These days they can do anything and everything. So certain parts you may want to visit one more time. That becomes meditation. 3 times is always recommended. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. The same thing you hear, you reflect and you contemplate. Already 3 times to Haihi, so please do that. How is your view on reincarnation? You are deathless. There is no death for you. You are never born and there is no death for you. Okay? Therefore, that is what I say. Therefore, ajo nityaha shashvatoyam puranaha. The body will fall, not you. You are not going to die. But if you insist, no, I am the body mind, I will die, then you will come back. Itna hi baat. Okay? So for those who are sure they are going to die, they will take birth again. Gita. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Dhruvan janma mrutasya cha. Dhruvan janma sarvasya cha na. Dhruvan janma mrutasya cha. The one who died, to him birth, not to the one who did not die. So, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. So, death is certain. That is how people understand. Wrong understanding. Death is certain not to all. Death is certain to the one who is born. So don't proclaim from the rooftop, I was born, I was born, I was born, because death will catch you. Okay? Know that you are not born. There is no death for you. The verse is very clear. People don't get it. You know what people think? Birth is certain, death is certain. That is how they think. It is wrong. That is not what Gita says. Birth is certain to the one who has died, and death is certain to the one who is born. Not for us. We were never born. Not for us. See whether you will fit into that club of those who never took birth. What are the differences between Advaita, Buddhism and Jainism? I will not venture to speak about Jainism because I have not studied much. Jainism is a philosophy called Syadvadaha. I have not studied much of it, just superficial, so I just leave it there. Between Advaita and Buddhism, Advaita and Buddha, but then you have to compare person to person. There is no difference in the teachings of Shankara and Buddha. Okay? But Buddhism is different. Buddhism is not same as Buddha's teachings. Buddhism is of 4 kinds, and then 8 kinds, and then 16 kinds, and then 32 kinds. It is like a labor room where one person goes and 2 people come out. So, there are 32 versions of Buddhism. I don't know all of them. And they have a different path in certain respects. But having said that, if you ask me whether Advaita is close to some select schools of Buddhism, some select, like Madhyandina sect, or Madhyandina is Shunyavada, Madhyamika, not Madhyandina, Madhyamika people, and a few other Vijnanavada people. I say 2 sects, Madhyamika and Vijnanavada. This Madhyandina came from Veda. Prata Savanam, Madhyandina Savanam, Trutiya Savanam. Before coming here, I was going through some Vedic text that came from there. So Madhyamika sect, which is primarily popularized by Nagarjuna, and then Vijnanavada sect. These 2 sects are very close to Advaita, very close. In fact, it is a paradox of history or a contradiction of history that Advaita, instead of aligning with Vijnanavada and Shunyavada, with which it goes very close, with minor differences, Advaita, instead of aligning with Vijnanavada and Shunyavada, aligns with other dualistic schools which are not even philosophies, which are theologies. This is a historic blunder, paradox and contradiction, because of which Hindu society suffered a lot in the last 2000 years. For further description, you refer to Swami Vivekananda. Okay? Advaita is very close to Buddhist schools, those 2 schools. There are a few other schools, like at least there is one Buddhist school which considers Jagat real. It cannot be close to Advaita, right? Yeah. In these 2 schools which I said, Shunya and Madhyamika, Jagat is unreal, and Advaita is close to them. Ishwara is the cosmic order. We do not say like that. We say Ishwara is the cosmic person. That is how we say. Ishwara generally used as Saguna Brahma, generally. There are contexts where Ishwara also means Nirguna Brahma, but because you are talking of cosmic, etc., therefore I will put Ishwara as cosmic person. Okay? How do we give up ritualistic prayers? Why should you do ritualistic prayers which have no sense in reality? That's why don't make such a general statement. You neither give up ritualistic prayers, nor you embrace ritualistic prayers, right? You tell me which is that prayer. You tell me that. Gayatri mantra, you embrace it. Okay? Trahimam, pahimam, give up. Okay? So you have to be a bit more clear. and proceed to Advaitic knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, you need not. If you are so alert, so averse to Aham Brahmasmi, you need not. And if you are so loving of ritualistic prayers, then my recommendation would be examine all those ritualistic prayers that you are planning to do or are already doing, because quite a few of them are not in order. They are not valid. They are not even shastric. Quite a few of the ritualistic prayers which people talk about, they are not valid. Okay? Quite a few are valid also. Therefore, examine what is wrong in examining. So you examine by yourself, or take the advice of a Mahatma and examine. And if you don't examine anything, just you repeat. Gatasya gatanugatiko lokaha. So somebody said a prayer, so you follow it. You should not do that. You examine it. If you find it inspiring, follow it. If there is nothing to inspire, then you need not follow it. Why should you follow it? Or do we need to give them up at all after understanding Brahman? The question doesn't sound very clear. You please rephrase the question in another camp, because this camp is ending now. Even the satsang is going to end by 8:30, so that the children's program will begin. Both waking and dream are exactly the same except the involvement of the sense organs. Correct. I also see one more difference. Good. If there is one more difference, we will see it, because we are counting them as separate. We are not saying they are same. If they are same, you will not have three avasthas. You will have only two avasthas. But we are counting three avasthas. Therefore, they cannot be same all the way. They can be same to a large extent. Therefore, one difference I pointed out, and one more is coming. I also see one more difference. The waking state seems to have continuity day to day, but dream appears discontinuous. Please explain. I'll tell you a story, an anecdote. There was a pot maker. These Vedantins are like that. For them, pots and pot makers are their daily bread. So this pot maker was having a dream. Consistently the same dream he was getting. And this was reported by Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in his Mandukyopanishad book. You know Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, our past president? He was a great philosopher. He wrote a book on Mandukyopanishad. Among many of his books, that is one book. There he reported, he used to live in a village called Sarvepalli, near Nellore. I visited the place and I went to his home also, his ancestral home. In that village there was a pot maker. And this pot maker, during the day, he used to make pots and sell and make a living. Simple people living in a hut. But every night in the dream, every night he gets the dream. Every night. And in the dream he is the king. He has ministers, army staff, and servants, servant maids, palace, wonderful food, this, that. He is a king in the dream. And he wakes up and becomes the pot maker. And he used to wait, he used to make pots, and his wife used to prod him, and so he used to make pots. He needs to make a living. He was not very interested in this pot making. He was interested in that dream. Therefore, he makes pots, works hard, and early he takes dinner and goes to bed, because he will get back his kingship in the dream. A stage came when he started believing himself to be the king, and pot maker is the dream. That is how. It is a reported case. Now, that answers one part of the question. Okay? Then continuity. Sir, you should know some physics. There is no continuity in this creation. Everything is discontinuous. Suppose you pour from above to below a bunch of pebbles, they fall, pour pebbles. Take pebbles in a cup and pour. That flow, is it continuous or discontinuous? Tell me. What did you say? He said discontinuous. All of you agree or you believe that it is continuous? How about you? Discontinuous. Please bear with me. Then I pour sand. Now you don't answer. Behind will answer. I pour sand. Is it continuous or discontinuous? Discontinuous. I pour water. I put light from above, put a battery light. Look at them. They have got the answer. When the light is coming, photons are coming. Individual photons are flowing. The corpuscles, they are called. They are coming one after the other with a big speed. If light itself is discontinuous, then what is left continuous in this world, in this creation? Nothing is continuous. Everything is discontinuous. This is quantum physics. Now, come to the movie screen. On the movie screen, it looks continuous, but it is not. It is not continuous. For your kind information, the movie screen consists of a frame, and then a blank, again a frame, again a blank. Like that, 16 frames and 16 blanks move quickly in 1 second. So that means it is for 1/16th of 1/32 of a second, there is a scene, fixed, static. And then for 1/32 of a second, it is blank. And again it is having a scene, again it is blank, okay? But you feel it is continuous. Then this bulb glowing, is it continuously glowing or is it discontinuous? It is discontinuous. Don't say continuous. It has a frequency. In India, the frequency is 50. Here I don't know what is the frequency. I have to check. Therefore, bulb glows on, off, like a pulse, 50 times per second in India. Here, here it is different. In India, household voltage is 220. Here it is 110. Ours is Russian model. This model is different. But still, there is a frequency for the bulb to glow. The bulb is not continuous. It appears continuous. Okay? Now, yesterday you stood before the mirror and you looked at yourself. And today you stood before the mirror and you looked at yourself. You feel you are the same guy. You are not. Your body is changing or not? Continuously changing? Or it is remaining fixed? It is changing. Is it changing once? You answer my question. Is it changing once in a year? Or once a month? Or once a week? Or once a day? Or once an hour? Or once a minute? Or once a second? It is changing once a second. Sir, there is nothing continuous in this world. You imagine it is continuous. When you wake up, you are looking at a new wife, or a new husband, or a new Swami, but your memory makes you believe that you are looking at the same wife, the same husband, the same Swami. The problem is with your memory, there is nothing continuous in this world. Your memory makes you see things continuous. And in the absence of memory, everything is fresh, new, and nothing is continuous. Okay? But still, I have answered the question from multiple angles, but still the question can be asked. Dream is not continuous, therefore we can understand dream is unreal, but waking state is continuous, therefore it feels real. That is your problem. You have to examine. Waking state is not continuous. It is the same, it is in the mind, out of the memory, is creating and recreating all the time. And that gives you a sense of continuity. Okay? Therefore, there is no thing called continuity. So, you are creating your samsara and recreating the samsara again and again, moment after moment, moment by moment. And you want to believe it is real, you want to believe it is continuous, you have to examine your belief. Okay? Though we all came from religion of masses, true, we all came from the religion of the masses. In the childhood, I was saying, we were all the product of our parents and grandparents' beliefs. That is how we were. It is the same that helped us drive towards Advaita. Now, that is not the point. That is not the point. What helped you to drive towards Advaita, you cannot pinpoint like that. You are trying to say a wrong belief has driven you to come to Advaita. Is that what you are trying to say? Is that so? A wrong belief or a meaningless custom has brought you to Advaita? Is that how you want to say? Suppose in the childhood I had a silly belief or a wrong custom I was following because I inherited it from the parents. Okay? Now, today I am in Advaita. Okay? Just because that was earlier and this is later, you cannot make that the cause of this. So, that kind of cause-effect relationship is not valid. It is not there. So whatever has driven you towards Advaita must have been some good thinking, some Mahatma has inspired you, or you had, for some reason, you had an inquiring mind, and so for some reason you must have come here. Not because of following a religion of the masses in which you have to search for the truth here and there. So, a wrong means can never take you to the right end. Okay? Therefore, the claim is specious. The claim is specious. I know, you know what I mean. In light of the religious conversions happening at a great rate, do we need something to protect the religion of the masses? You have to protect the truth, not the religion of the masses. How are you going to protect the religion of the masses? Can you control the masses? Can you control the beliefs of the masses? I suppose not. But if you believe you can, then go ahead and do it. I have a feeling that you cannot control the behavior of the masses. Even the police find it difficult to control the masses. And the belief systems, how are you going to control beliefs of the masses? Then, why religious conversions are happening? There are many factors. It is a very complex issue. You are trying to put it in a very simplistic model. It is a very complex issue. You do one thing. You treat everyone as equal. No discrimination based on caste, creed, race, religion, gender. This gender discrimination is the worst, which all religions practice, including Hinduism, the Orthodox Hinduism. Caste discrimination, oto haihi. And so all these discriminations, they contributed to a very large extent in driving away the poor and weak from the religion, the mainstream religion. They find some other religion and move there because there is a push-pull effect. From this side, the religious leaders, priests, and the big people of the religion are pushing them away. From the other side, there is a pull effect. It is a very complex issue. My only request is don't try to make it simplistic, and so that is all I will say. And if you are more clear about the question, I will answer it, try to answer it better than what I have said. Please think about it. You see, there is no society. I am afraid of telling you, because you will get it or not, I am not sure. But let me try. There is no society. You are the society. Do you know that? There is no you are. And what about you are the society? And so if you practice a good religion, it will uplift you, and then you will see the good all around you. If you practice some silly superstitions, what you get is also similar to what you practice. It is you, the center of the cosmos. That is Advaita Vedanta. And what about the society? You are the society. Think about it. It may sound a bit odd, but then what can I do? I cannot help. Many of the things that I say sound odd, possible. Can you explain sleep in context to awareness, mind and body? Awareness is ever shining, mind sleeps, body is an idea in the mind, and so when mind sleeps, the idea called body vanishes, and so till mind wakes up, there is no body. And awareness is ever shining. That is the sleep. What happens during death? Death is like long sleep. Dirgha nidra. There is no difference between death and sleep, except that death is long. Also, there is one answer. But then, even as I look at it, I get another answer. There is no death for you. What is it that dies? Body? Body is Panchabhutas. Did you hear something called law of conservation of mass? Law of conservation of energy? Law of conservation of angular momentum? Did you hear some of those things? Then what is it that is lost? What is it that dies? Nothing dies. The body doesn't die. The five elements merge in the five elements. Panchabhautika. That's why in Sanskrit, death is called Panchatvamagataha. He became five. He became five. That is called death. Means the five elements merge in the five elements. Life merges in the universal life. Consciousness merges in the universal consciousness. Nothing is born, nothing is dead. There is nothing called birth. What is born? You tell me. The child is born. The child is always there. The child is always there. When did the child born? Morning 8 hours 11 minutes. 8 hours 10 minutes, the child was not existing. It was existing. Then why do you say born? It's a misnomer. There is no birth and there is no death. These are called inherited thought patterns. Means you are conditioned to think in those lines. And those conditionings, those thought patterns you have inherited from family and society. You have not examined any of that. Now that you are studying Gita, etc., assuming that you are studying Gita, you have to examine these things. Gita begins by saying, you don't have birth and you don't have death. That is how Gita says, Ajo nityaha shashvatoyam puranaha nahanyate hanyamane sharire. That is what Gita says about you and me. Therefore, instead of harping upon birth, death, birth, death, kya baat hai? Why don't you examine what is birth? And why Gita says I don't have birth? What is death? And why Gita says I don't have death? Why? What is going on here? You have to examine that. So I recommend you examine that and forget about this effort to decide the birth and death. This is, I can only call it, a wild goose chase. You don't get anywhere. Why do you look at me? Are you angry with me? I am getting afraid. Now I am afraid. Am I bothering you? Okay, can I continue? God bless you. Why does meditation takes people to sleep? Is it related? Related? Is it related? Related means whatever. When you get sleep in meditation, it only shows that the meditation is working well. Really. You sleep. People sleep less than what they need. The modern societies are like that. We are all sleep starved. We overeat and sleep less. Reduce the eating amount we eat and increase the time that you sleep. You sleep, you have to sleep. In meditation, you go to sleep, you go to sleep. I notice that some people sleep in meditation. I feel very happy. Because, thank God, he is sleeping. He or she needs that sleep. Under meditation, whatever I say, that can be done tomorrow. The record will be there. That is the gut feeling I told before you. Then there is a reason for it. The mind resolves. Okay? Mind is movement, rajoguna. When it resolves, it has two options. It can resolve in sattva guna, when the mind becomes silent and you become alert. Or it resolves in tamoguna, the mind becomes silent and you go into sleep. Two pathways are available for the mind, two pathways. And so sometimes one pathway happens, some other times the another pathway happens. Okay? Both are possible. Not only for you, for many people it is possible. And sleep is something which you should not contest, should not oppose. I mean, there are certain contexts where you cannot sleep, that is different. But meditation, the Vedanta Swamis are like that. I suppose so. Not all Swamis may be like that. But at least the kind people, nice people, people who understand, they can understand this also. You allow the sleep to take you over. And when you wake up, you can continue with the meditation. What role Ishwara Krupa plays for discovering inner light? You see, Ishwara Krupa is like a gravitation. Okay? But walking straight properly without slipping is the job you have to do. Okay? So, without gravitation you will not be able to walk. Gravitation is the given. Similarly, Ishwara Krupa is given. There is space, there is wind, there is heat, and there is land, there is a country called America, the land of plenty. All of that is Ishwara Krupa. Okay? So generally, when we look for a cause, you have to look for the unique cause. Not the cause which is the cause for everything also, for everything. When you are looking for the cause of one thing, you have to look for the unique cause that is unique to that one thing. You should not bring in, this is a logical fallacy, you should not bring in a cause which is a cause not only for this, for everything else also. Suppose a person stepped on a banana peel and fell. What is the cause? Gravitation. You should not say like that. Got it? You have to say he stepped on a banana peel and fell. That is what you have to say. Not gravitation. I am not denying gravitation. Okay? Because Earth goes around the sun because of gravitation. And you are able to walk properly without slipping. That is also because of gravitation. And when you slip, that is also because of gravity. You should not use that common cause as the cause of this event. You have to look for asadharana karanam, not the sadharana karana. Suppose I am running. Swamiji, how are you able to run? Suppose you ask me. I say, because there is space available, therefore I am running. That is not the answer. That is not the answer. I have to say, there is some improvement in my knee situation, therefore I am running. That is what I have to say. Oh, improvement, how it came? So I went to such and such doctor. So like that I have to answer, not Ishwara Krupa. Ishwara Krupa, I am able to speak because of Ishwara Krupa only. And you are able to listen because of Ishwara Krupa. Ishwara Krupa is there upon you. Not only on you, on every life form it is there. You bless yourself. To know Advaita, what you need is to discover that inner light. What you need is you bless yourself and you study. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana you have to do. That is how you discover the inner light. Otherwise what happens? Ishvara Krupa will help you to get inner light. That is neither here nor there. Okay? You did not discover inner light. That is also because of Ishvara Krupa. So how do you discover the inner light? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is the unique cause which results in the effect of discovering the inner light. Please do that. How to get that Ishvara Krupa? You move in the right direction. Ishvara Krupa is always there with you. Okay? You move in the right direction. What is the right direction? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Move in that direction. Anyway, I understand the spirit of your question, but I am trying to be rather rigorous in answering the question. Otherwise, I can put everything under the carpet of Ishvara Krupa. Yeah, you need Ishvara Krupa. Sir, how do we discover inner light? Ishvara Krupa. Sir, after the camp is over, how we go back to our home? Ishvara Krupa. So, the gas price 3.19, will it remain the same? Ishvara Krupa. Everything is Ishvara Krupa. Not like that. You have to apply the unique cause. Generally, when I don't have a proper answer, I will put it under the category of Ishvara Krupa. Assuming two persons, let us say this is the last question. Assume there is a program afterwards. That's I don't want to encroach into their time. Assuming two persons, one does good, the other bad deed. How do you determine who is right and who is wrong? Why should I determine? I won't do that. If he asks, I will tell. If he asks, is this the right thing I am doing? I say no. Since both actions originate from the same Brahman, look at this. You got it? What all I have explained till now is valid for this question or not? Now, the question originated from Brahman, and I am not able to answer that question. That inability also originated from Brahman. You are Brahman, I am Brahman, your question is Brahman, my answer is Brahman. Aap chup ke baitho, that is also Brahman. Leave that question. Both are made of same Brahman. Leave it. If you ahankara, then even ahankara of the two persons is made up of the same Brahman. Above this, I cannot answer this question. Mahatma, my inability to answer your question is also the same Brahman. Okay? I think I will stop at this point. And I am stopping a few minutes earlier than I originally thought. So, thank you for writing all these questions. We will answer these questions later. We will keep them and try to answer later some other time.
Swamiji, we love your sense of humor.
Okay, thank you very much. Very kind of you. You made my day. Now, there is one more class I have to take. And morning meditation also I will take. A 25-minute meditation. So now let us leave the stage for the kids. Their program is there. The teachers, the people who guide them, they will come forward. Om Purnamada Purnamidam.
Hari Om. Hari Om. We are having a kids youth presentation right now. So if you all would stay back, Swamiji is going to bless us for the program. So if you all can join us, it'll be great. Thank you. He'll always come. George, sir. Giri, help change. I'm with.
Pranav, come on to stage. கொண்டு வரலையே அடியில் இருக்கப்பா எங்கேருந்து கொடுத்துக்கணும் இது ஷெட்யூலு சேர்த்து சேர்த்து here fine.
எல்லாமே மியூட்ல இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
So these have all batteries. Are they all working? Should test. I have to change the setting in there. Okay. I'll put more lights. So this one, you shouldn't get too close because then it makes the sound like. So stay, like that.
ஒரு மைக்கு தான் வந்து ஆனில் இருக்குன்னாக்கா அதை வந்து ஆன் பண்ணி மியூட்டாக இருக்குது. மற்றது மூணு வந்து கொஞ்சம் லாங்காக ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணி ஆன் பண்ணிவிட்டு one more press to mute.